Yeah, the fourth module is mechanical and electrical actuation devices. So basically actuation device means it is a set of elements which are going to give you the required movement. That is what we are interested in here. So different kinds of movements. You can have linear motion, you can have rotary motion, then you can have periodic motion. Linear motion means the object is moving along some path. So it may be straight or it may be along a curved path or maybe a zigzag path. So rotary movement means the object is moving about a particular point or with respect to an axis. It is making regular rotations. So from 0 to 360 degrees it is continuously moving means we will say that it is a rotary motion. Then you are having a periodic motion means a object is repeating the movement at regular intervals of time. Then we say that it is a periodic motion. We can consider the reciprocating motion of the IC engine, the piston whatever is moving up and down. We can consider it as a kind of periodic motion because it is regularly going up and coming down. So that can be an example of a periodic motion. Or you can also classify it as a linear motion because the piston is moving along a straight line. So any actuation system means it should give some kind of a movement. So if you are having the mechanical actuation system means basically it is the IC engine that is going to give us the rotary movement. But in the mechatronic system, mechanical power sources are not very commonly used because of the difficulty in controlling their output. So usually electrical device is used to generate the movement, and by using a variety of mechanical elements we are going to convert the output into different kinds. Maybe you want to control the output of the electrical motor, usually it is a rotary in nature. You can control it into linear motion by using a lead screw and nut mechanism, or by using a crank and a slotted lever mechanism, or some different mechanism it is possible to convert, or by using a rack and pinion also it is possible to convert the rotation of the motor into the linear motion of the other mechanical element. So usually mechanical elements are used to transform the movement or motion of one kind into motion of another kind. It is possible to convert the speed. So electrical motor may be rotating at say 1400 rpm, but you want the output to be at say 40 or 50 rpm. So you want to reduce the speed. So without changing the speed of the electrical motor, by using certain mechanical elements, it is possible to get the reduced speed. Or you want to generate high torque, that is also possible. You want to convert the rotary motion into oscillatory motion, that may also be possible. So by using different kinds of mechanical elements, it is possible to get the different kinds of motions. So in a mechatronic system, if you are seeing, usually the movement is produced by electrical device, and that movement is converted by using the mechanical elements. So now what is a machine and what is a mechanism? If you are going into detail about the mechanical systems, we will try to understand what is a machine and what is a mechanism. So mechanism is defined as a combination of rigid or resistant bodies formed and connected so that they can move with relative motion with respect to one another. So you should have different elements, they should have relative motion. If there is no relative motion, then we will not call it as a mechanism, we will call it as a structure. A structure will not be having any motion, but it can transfer the force from one point to the other point. So but if we want the movement, so whenever we want movement, there should be relative motion between the various elements, and the relative motion should be predictable. It should not become unpredictable. The motion should be predictable by some means. Then only we say that it is a useful mechanism. Then the element should be a rigid body, or it should be a resistant body. A rigid body is a theoretical body which under the application of any kind of force will not undergo any deformation. So whether you are applying tensile force, compressive force, shear force, pressure force, or any other force you are applying, it is not going to deform under the action of load. Such a element is called as a rigid body. Next one is the resistant bodies. Resistant bodies are those elements which are going to withstand some kind of forces, but they cannot withstand or resist all kinds of forces. For example, you are having a rope or you are having a belt. In case of the belt drives, you are having a belt. A belt is a resistant body, which means it can withstand the tensile forces, but if you are applying compressive forces, they will not be able to resist. So simply they will collapse because they are a flexible member. So we will say that a rope is a resistant body, so it can resist the tensile force. So whenever you want to transfer the tensile forces, you can use a resistant body. But using a rigid body, you can transfer any kind of force. So you can use it for tensile, you can use it for compressive. So what is a machine? Now machine is an assemblage of parts that transmit forces, motion, energy in a predetermined manner. So not only should it transfer the motion, it should transfer the force and also it should transfer the power. So a machine can have multiple mechanisms. So multiple mechanisms may be used to convert and transform the one kind of the input power into another kind of the input power. The example we can take is a diesel engine. The mechanism will be the slider crank mechanism. So in the case of the diesel engine, the mechanism, it is a machine. So the mechanism is a slider crank mechanism. So slider crank mechanism means you are having a slider which is having a reciprocatory motion because of the expansion of the gases that is being burned, and then at the crank it is being converted into rotary motion. So that is the mechanism. So it is incorporated using into a machine by designing the various components of appropriate strength. So we are getting a machine. Now between the different elements, we are having different kinds of motion. Somewhere you are having simply a rotating motion. Somewhere you are having a sliding motion. So different types of motions are available. So there is a transmission of force, there is a transmission of motion, and also there is a transmission of energy. So the same mechanism, slider crank mechanism, can be modified and it can be used in different machines. So that is also possible. So in a mechanical system, we have to always remember that there will be different, maybe one mechanism or there may be multiple mechanisms to achieve the required kind of movement or to generate the required kind of forces. So that is a mechanical system.